Welcome back to Ego and Empathy, the podcast where we explore the psychology behind human behavior and the subtle ways it shapes our lives. I'm your host, Mandy, and today we're going to look at one of the most subtle and destructive tools in the narcissist's playbook. A tactic that turns connection into competition and leaves you questioning not only your relationships, but your reality. Today's topic is triangulation. Triangulation happens when a manipulator brings a third person into the dynamic to create jealousy, insecurity, or confusion. It's a way to divide people, to control the narrative, and to make themselves the center of attention. It often starts quietly. You might notice your partner or friend casually mentioning someone else. They might say things like, "Sarah never complains the way you do," or "My ex used to understand me better." At first, you brush it off. But deep down, something tightens in your chest. You start feeling compared, evaluated, and suddenly you're no longer relaxed in the relationship. You're competing for approval. That's how triangulation works. It introduces emotional instability by making you question your worth. You start trying harder, doing more, just to prove that you're good enough. And while you're trying to earn back that sense of security, the narcissist feels powerful. Because now, you're focused on them again. Triangulation doesn't just happen in romantic relationships. It happens between friends, siblings, coworkers, even parents and children. A narcissistic parent might say, "Your sister always helps me. Why can't you be more like her?" Or a boss might say, "Everyone else on the team seems fine with the workload. Why are you the only one complaining?" That's triangulation too. It's not just manipulation. It's control through comparison. Sometimes the third person in the triangle isn't even real. A narcissist might invent stories about other people admiring them, wanting them, or siding with them. They'll say things like, "Even my friends think you're overreacting," or "Everyone says I'm too good for you." You never meet these everyone people, but their presence hangs in the air, unseen yet deeply felt. In other cases, triangulation looks like gossip. They tell you what someone supposedly said about you, then tell that person something else about you. Suddenly there's tension, misunderstanding, mistrust. And who's at the center of it all? The narcissist. They feed on the chaos because it keeps them in control. If everyone is confused or competing, no one is uniting against them. So how do you recognize triangulation when it's happening? The first sign is comparison. If someone constantly measures you against others, or brings up other people to make you feel insecure, it's not a coincidence. They're testing your loyalty and emotional dependency. The second sign is invisible alliances. If they often refer to what others think about you, but never name who those others are, that's triangulation. They use vague references to create pressure without proof. The third sign is jealousy as a tool. A narcissist may flirt openly, or talk about how desired they are, just to make you react. When you finally confront them, they'll call you insecure or jealous, turning your natural emotional response into something they can shame you for. Triangulation thrives on your need for reassurance. It works only when you believe the story they're creating. So the way to dismantle it is through clarity and detachment. When you sense triangulation, pause before reacting. Ask yourself, is this actually about me? Or is someone trying to provoke me? Refuse to compete with the phantom person they bring up. You are not in competition for basic respect. And when they try to create chaos between you and others, go directly to that person instead. Say, "Hey, I heard something, and I'd rather talk to you directly." Triangulation breaks when transparency enters the room. It's also important to remember that triangulation often plays on old wounds. If you grew up needing to earn love through performance or comparison, this tactic will feel painfully familiar. You might find yourself falling into old roles, trying to fix, prove, or please. But awareness changes everything. Once you see the pattern, you can choose not to participate. If you've been caught in triangulation, take a step back and ask yourself these questions. Who benefits from this tension? Whose voice am I trusting more than my own? And what would happen if I stopped playing the game? Because the moment you stop competing, you take away their control. The narcissist can't manipulate peace. They can only manipulate conflict. So if you're listening to this and realizing that triangulation has been a theme in your life, whether with a partner, a parent, or a friend, I want you to sit with this question after today's episode. Have I ever been made to compete for love or approval? And if so, what did that feel like? Did it make me smaller, quieter, less like myself? And what would it look like to choose peace over comparison from now on? Your reflection on that question might be the beginning of healing a pattern that's been shaping your relationships for years. If this episode resonated with you, please subscribe to the channel and tap the bell icon so you'll be notified when new episodes are released. We'll be continuing this series on narcissistic manipulation, exploring how to recognize the tactics, heal from them, and rebuild trust in yourself again. And I'll leave you with this thought. You never have to compete for what's meant for you. And real love never asks you to fight for your place in it.